Welcome back. So in the previous video, we were able to build a hero section and a footer. In this video, we'll start building our main content sections. We are going to build the first section, although in the final app there will be three more like this. But in this video, let's try to build at least half of this one. Of course, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some more than 20 minutes or 30 minutes to build it. So obviously, having the whole thing in a single video might be a little bit too much and might make the video too long. So what I'll try to do is I'll try to divide this section in half and this section in another video. What that will do is make both the videos kind of short, 10-15 minutes, less than 10 minutes, hopefully. Let's see. So whatever works best, let's see how it's going to build out. And of course, I'm not going to edit any section as I told you in the beginning. So if the video goes long, then we'll divide this section into two videos. Otherwise, let's try to have it in the single one. Let's see how it goes. So let's start building it. So let's open our Visual Studio Code. In the previous one, we built our app and okay, now let's build a new component. I'm going to call it a content section. Why I'm trying to build a content section? I'm trying to build a generic content section like this one, which we'll be reusing it in the next sections as well. So in our final app we have four such sections. So it's not like we are going to build four different sections like these. We are just going to build one of them and try to reuse uh, the contents in that as much as possible. So let's build a parent section, like let's say content section, and let's also have content section dot CSS. Okay, and I named the folder wrong by mistake. Let's fix it and let's have a file which is called .jsx. Perfect. Let's move the CSS file to the right and JSX to the left. Let's import our React from React and let's create a functional component called content section. Perfect. And let's try to have a simple HTML tree, a parent section, which it's going to be the container. I'm going to call it content section container. That's it. Inside that, I'm going to have two things. One of them will be content left, and I'm going to provide two class names. It's going to be the content column. Okay. And the second one is going to be the content right dot content right. And I'm going to call it something again content column. Why I'm doing this is because I am providing, see, these are the two class names which are going to differentiate between the left and the right component. The left one will have the text, the right one will have the images and stuff, but both of them will have some styles in common. So if we have to provide some common styles, that's why I'm having the same name for these two. So the common styles will go under this one. It's just a way to reuse our styles. That's the basic principle behind class names in CSS. So in the left section, let's have an H2, which is called content heading. And yeah, and let's add some text in it. This is the content heading, something like this. And next thing we can do is have a paragraph, which is called content paragraph. And inside this, let's add a lorem ipsum, yeah, this thing. And I'm going to copy and paste it some 3 times. Should be enough. Yeah, I think 3 times should be more than enough. And let's do one thing. Let's import it in our app section between hero and footer, somewhere here. I'm going to call it content section. Again, my VS Code automatically imports the files for me. I'm super happy and super grateful to VS Code. In case it does not do it for you, you have to type this line out manually. Perfect, this works. And for now, we don't really need to add anything in this right section. We'll build our carousel, but let's see how it goes. Okay, so we have this right now. Let's put our stylings in place as well. So in the style, the first thing is going to be our content section container, right? Let's see if the name is correct. Content section container. The spelling is wrong. When you try to build things fast, these spelling mistakes and all will happen. Don't worry. but you can fix them very easily. I'm going to provide a box sizing of border box, of course, because I want, the property of border box. Let's not go too deep into it. Anyhow, 100% width. I'm going to provide a flex direction of row. Why row? Because the left and the right section are actually in row wise. But this content column section in itself will be a column. Cool. So we have this flex direction row. Let's provide it some padding, 140 pixels and 50 pixels. That's more than enough. Then justify content, space around. Let's see how it goes. And it didn't work because I did not I did not import this file. Import dot slash content section dot css. Now it will work. Awesome. Perfect. Now this is working. Perfect. Now let's provide some styles to our content section or content column, the common styles. Content CLM, content column, display flex once again, but this time flex direction is going to be column. Perfect. And width, I'm going to keep it as 40%. But this is wrong, let me tell you right away, because when the user sees it on a mobile device, then we need to keep the width as 80% or at least 100%, something like that. So let's just add a to-do for you. I don't want to spend too much time into making this website look good for mobile devices as well, because that's not really a React thing. That's more of a CSS thing. So I hope you can do that. Make this 100%. Add a media query to make this 100% for mobile devices and so on. Right? You can do that in your free time. And padding, I'm going to add 0 pixels and 50 pixels. That's it. Let's see. Okay, so we have the section in place. And do we have the right fonts? Yeah, the font seems to be right, but there's one thing missing, that actually we need to provide the text align as center. So we can easily do that. Content heading, for content heading, comma, content paragraph, text align center. And this will do the thing. Awesome. Now we have this. By the way, for lorem ipsum, I used a shortcut that VS Code provides, lorem, and then it will provide some placeholder text. In case you were wondering, how did I manage to get so much text in just a few seconds, and what does this text mean? This text does not mean absolutely anything. It's a random placeholder text. Perfect. So we have that, and let's see how much time did we spend on this video. It's around 8 minutes. I think, yeah, this is fine. Let's do one thing. Let's pause this video right now, and let's see you in the next video where we are going to build the carousel, just so that we don't end up making this video too long. Bye bye.